Alright guys, welcome back to another video, Krig class set of video. Please stick around. I'll be giving other options to these attachments since some of them take a while to level up. So, Microflex LED, SOCOM Eliminator, 19.7 Ranger, Steady Aim Laser, Field Agent Grip, the Jungle Style Mag, and I'll be explaining these guys. Just calm down. Airborne Elastic Stock, and the SAS Combat Stock. So the Microflex, you unlock at level 31. It will take a little bit to level up. And for 5 attachments, I'd use Microflex, SOCOM Eliminator, 19.7 Ranger, Field Agent Grip, and then the Airborne Elastic Wrap. That's my personal opinion for 5 attachments. It fits my playstyle of, a little bit of a slower kind of post-up. But there's some times where I'll play fast, so I need the extra ADS time and kind of drop shot speed that the Airborne Elastic provides. But for the weapon SOCOM Eliminator, you unlock it a little bit later, similar to the Microflex. Use lower attachments of it, which is the muzzle and the tree compensator for the 19.7 Ranger. There really isn't a barrel that does something kind of similar before it, but really just use the barrels in front of it, make your decision on what you want. For the, obviously we just had the double XP, so you guys could have leveled up your weapons there. If you don't, then obviously I'm providing you examples of the lower weapon stuff. Also make sure to subscribe, leave a like. It shows that you guys are enjoying this and that you want to make more and that you want to see more videos like this of me going over class set of videos. Field Agent Grip, really you just want to use the first grip until you unlock the Field Agent Grip. Jungle Style Mag, really any mag size if you're using the 8 round will work. You could put on 40, you could put on 50. It really just depends on your play style. I personally hit a good majority of my shots, and I feel like I prefer to have the reload speed being faster than having an extra bigger size magazine, and I don't really want that many downsides with the magazine, but that's just my personal preference. Airborne is unlocked at level 53, which is pretty much 2 levels from max. So what I suggest to have before then is the very first grip, the speed grip, and then you slap on the SARS Jungle Grip, which is kind of a just lesser weak Airborne Elastic Grip. And you'll notice the difference once you put on Airborne. Once you got the Airborne, I mean, it's light years difference. It's just so much more fun and it's easier to use. And then the Combat Stock helps with some of the negatives from some of these other attachments, helps cancel them out. And I mean, just use the tac stock before, does pretty much similar stuff, but less. And so the Krig is a very interesting weapon per se. It is not very great up close, as I've kind of shown you. And you could say, oh, that's because you miss shots. It is not a super fast firing rate, but it does a lot of damage. I was looking through the damages of the assault rifles because I was like, the Fafar is not hitting one shots in hardcore. Well, it turns out it's actually the lowest damage, not damage per second, lowest total damage of any weapon at 27. No, the SMGs do like 30 plus, so there's that. So the Krig does 35 damage, the AK-38, the XM4 30, the QCB I believe is 32, so it is towards that higher damage rate. Well, the fire rate isn't going to be as fast with a weapon like that, so because of that, it is going to be a lot more slow shooting and more, post up, long range kind of type weapon, where it's going to require more of an accuracy and control of the weapon compared to something like the XM4, which is one of the lower damage rates, but is one of the more faster firing assault rifles and one of the more just better up close. But really, even the XM4, the assault rifles in this game, they don't feel that great up close. The AK and the Krig can have their moments because of the high damage, but again, Krig, you're typically going to want to look to your medium and close range. Sit back a little. Now, I'm not saying to sit back and just sit behind, sit in the windows. You don't see me do that. If you see me in the windows, that's typically because I'm using it to get an advantage over enemy players, or I think I could get a kill or two. I don't know. I just use it to my advantage. As you can see, also used that head glitch. I mean, shoot, super easy. And at this point, you can see I'm still leveling up my Krig. I probably not even to level 50, so I don't even have all the attachments in this class, but I do have the Krig Gold as of time of recording this video, which this gameplay was before. This was during the double XP weekend, and I am really just breaking the fourth wall right here, just explaining that this video is about a week old, honestly, which is very breaking the fourth wall. But the Krig was a lot of fun to use once I got the hang of it and once I got all the attachments. As you can see, I'm even using the mill stop reflex sight, and once I slapped on the microflex, and it's with every weapon, the microflex just feels so much better than the mill stop quick dot. Like the quick dot LED was so much better in the beta, in the alpha version. Then I switched over to the mill stop in the beta version. And then once I started playing the full release, the Microflex just feels like the best red dot sight, and it's got a clear sight. It's just very clean, very easy to see opponents. I just like it the best. But again, the sight, personal preference, and a lot of this is personal preference. If you want a faster assault rifle, there are attachments to make it more of an up-close assault rifle. There's stuff that includes your ADS speed. You're still going to want to run the elastic wrap if you're making it up close, but you might want to change your grip because you're going to care less about recoil control. I care the most about recoil control, so that's where all my attachment ideas are going into, is to control the recoil of said weapon, especially with weapons like the FFAR and the QBZ when they have these weird kind of recoil-ish patterns. But also, reminding you guys, make sure to subscribe and like. And if you guys got to this video, what weapon do you want me to do next? Because I doubt many people have even gotten to this point. I'll most likely be doing the AK or the QBZ. So comment one of those two, because those are really the only two other weapons that I have really leveled up and I have a class idea for. I'm working on leveling up more weapons and playing more. I also do stream Twitch in the link below. Hopefully, I'll be streaming mainly on the weekend, so hopefully you guys can stop by, see me get some of the diamond assault rifles maybe live. I've got 3 out of 5, the AK, the XM4, and the Krig. So you know that I know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about weapon classes for the assault rifles. I have pretty much only used the assault rifles. I've tinkered with the kind of the marksman rifles a little bit. I still don't have a kill with an SMG, which I don't know how that's even possible, but it is. I have like a kill with the sniper. I don't know how that's impossible. I don't use the sniper. I have more kills with my Diamatti pistol than I think shotgun and SMG's kills combined. So I do know a lot about the assault rifles. I know what they strive in. The FFAR is different than what people would have had a class set up for in the opening weekend. I would definitely change up because the FFAR really had like no recoil during launch weekend. They nerfed it, so I could also release a class video. Going to be very similar, but it's going to focus more on controlling the recoil than anything. So you've got to make sure the recoil is limited, because it's weird because it feels like there's more, like it's supposed to have more horizontal recoil, but it feels like the vertical recoil got the worst of it, and controlling the vertical recoil improves it. And I could give you full-on stats on why each of the recoil stats, but I'm not going to bore you with that. And I'm kind of boring you with this, but look at that, 47-21, we lost, doesn't matter.